What's the best way to introduce yourself in IELTS speaking to get off to a strong start? Although each of the 7 examiners I've met was different, the exam follows a clear pattern, and I'll take you through it question by question so you learn what to say and what test takers say quite often, but you should really avoid while preparing for this video for ABC IELTS. I also discussed this topic with a former IELTS examiner and got some amazing insights from the other side today. Most exams are taken face-to-face, but some are online. The process is very similar. Once you arrive at the test center, and yes, it's best to arrive in plenty of time. This isn't the moment to make a dramatic late entrance, so you arrive, go through the check-in process. Leave all your belongings in the locker, including your watch and mobile phone, and sit down next to the test room waiting to be called in. At the same time, in the test room, the examiner is preparing to meet the next test taker, choosing the topics in parts 1 and 2. Yes, they do choose topics before they meet you. The examiner will come out, greet you briefly, and invite you into the room. Let's see how it could go. Hello. As yes, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Please come in. Thank you. Sit down, please. Thank you. Short and natural answers. What's important is that our test taker said something and it was brief and sounded friendly when greeting the examiner. Don't overthink it. A hello or hi is perfect. If you're feeling adventurous, you could try good morning or even good afternoon. The letter sounds a bit more formal, but unless you're in Australia, don't say good day in British English. It's terribly old-fashioned. And in Australia, I believe it's pronounced more like good day. If you're watching me from Australia, do tell me if I got it right. The next phrase that test taker said was nice to meet you, which I'd say is better in this situation than how are you. The question how are you requires an answer. And I guess we can trust the examiner is okay. They've been through enough of these tests already. On the other hand, nice to meet you is what we often say when we meet someone semi-formally. Also, the examiner simply replies, nice to meet you too easy. If your speaking test is online, you will be sitting in the test room when the examiner connects, and they will probably ask you if you can hear and see them. Well, if not, don't be shy and say you're having problems straight away, but it should be fine. The first thing the examiner will say when you're both sitting down is this test has been recorded. So I'm just going to read some information first. You may not need to say anything at all or something short or right. Okay. The only thing that matters here is that once they're done, they will turn on the stopwatch or timer. The test begins from here. The exam lasts between 11 and 14 minutes and part 1, not more than 5 minutes. The examiner controls the time. What happens next? Let's have a look. Good morning, my name is Rebecca Jones. What is your full name, please? My full name is Asia, and what shall I call you? Please call me Asia. Where are you from? Asia. I'm from Kazakhstan. Can I see your identification, please? Yes, of course. Here it is. It's my passport. That's fine. Thank you. The first question is, can you tell me your full name? Please, you can say, my full name is, my name is, or my name, and you should give your name as it's written in your passport, including any middle names. Thomas Alexander Jones. If you have a patronic name or the name of your father like I do, but it's not in your passport, don't give it. The second question is optional. And what shall I call you? If the examiner asks it, as they do in the UK, you can choose how you'd like to be addressed. You know, most people really struggle with my name in English, so I just use this chance to repeat it again. Please call me Anne. My Greek friend Panota would say, everybody calls me Penny because she really doesn't like when anyone uses her phone name. You could say you can call me. You could also suggest how to address you when answering the first question. My name is Maria Paris, but please call me Gabby. The next question is also optional. Where are you from? I'm from Kazakhstan. The examiner may ask you where you're from if you're taking the test in an English-speaking country like the UK or Australia, because test takers from different countries take their tests there. In my previous videos, I recommended slightly longer answers, like I'm from Almaty, the former capital of Kazakhstan, but the examiner I discussed it with says, we really don't need any details, but it's good to give a full answer. I'm from Kazakhstan, not just Kazakhstan. If you take a test in your home country, you may not get this question at all throughout this dialogue. The examiner has one eye on the stopwatch. They're working to a strict timescale. This dialogue takes a maximum of 30 seconds, but the examiner would prefer a few seconds less, so hold them, but the introduction is not over yet. The goal of the first set of questions in part 1 is to help you warm up and introduce yourself a bit more. These are simple questions, but they may cause some confusion. And if an answers that go wrong, so let's have a look at what difficulties test takers sometimes experience and make sure that for you everything goes smoothly. Part 1 always begins like this. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself, and then you're most likely going to hear one of these 3 questions the first. Let's talk about your hometown. Do you live in a city, a town, or a village? If you've lived all your life in one place, it's easy, but what if you live in one place but were born in another? For example, I was born in Almaty for a long time. I lived in a city called Bishkek, and now I live in London. Which one should I talk about? The answer is the examiner doesn't really care. Pick whichever you'd like to discuss. Strictly speaking, though, a hometown is where you lived as a child. So London is not my hometown because I moved here when I was 25. So I could say this. I currently live in London. I've been living here for over 10 years, but I was born and brought up in Almaty, so I've mentioned 2 cities and skipped one. Just keep it simple, and while the answer was simple, I still use the opportunity for the present perfect continues. I have been living, or spoken English, I've been living. Grandma is one aspect. The examiner will notice right from this start. Another question you may be asked at the beginning of part 1 is this: do you live in a flat or a house? I live in a flat with my parents. Actually, I have lived in the same flat all my life done. The next question maybe be more interesting for us. Do you work or are you a student? It's a simple question that may provoke quite a common mistake, but before we look at it, let's discuss how you could answer if you neither work nor study. In short, just say so. But mention what you did before so the examiner could use it for the follow-up questions. Here's an example. Do you work or are you a student? I finished my bachelor's degree last year, and currently I'm at home looking after my twins. So my main focus is on them right now. This answer tells the examiner to ask you about your previous studies. So what's the common mistake I told you about? Listen to this. I recently started working as a software engineer. My job mainly involves designing and building software solutions, which means I spent a lot of time coding, testing, and troubleshooting different products. I work in a number of different programming languages, thank you. I was just getting started. The examiner would interrupt before our test taker gives a full coding tutorial. Seriously though, the answer is quite obviously rehearsed or even memorized, and the examiner is not interested in that at all, and wants to hear you talking more spontaneously in this first question. It's enough to give a shorter and more natural answer. I graduated last summer, and now I work as a software engineer in a tech company. That's enough. The second and third questions in this topic will give you more opportunities for open answers. For example, why did you choose this kind of work or program at university? Most of the questions are about the P. The third question is even more speculative, and most of them have within the question, would your hometown be a good place to bring up children, or what would help you study better? Here the exam is expecting a long answer that flows to check our ability to connect our thoughts together to answer these questions better and learn some useful phrases to improve your answers. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to ABC IELTS, like the video, and share it with anyone preparing for the IELTS exam. My name is Sophia Bechtel, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.